Alright guys, so that's my garage, so please don't mind all the shit here because, well, my garage is always full of crap. So well, that are the things we're going to install today, and JBL subwoofer. It has 1400 watts maximum, but for sure only around 400 watts RMS. Now, as amplifier we're using that one. I still had that from another car project, and as you can see it only has 250 watts RMS at 4 ohms. Now this is a 4 ohms impedance subwoofer. You can find the impedance of your woofer always in the manual, or you can also measure it with a meter. Well, that means this amplifier is actually a bit underpowered for the subwoofer, so it's not ideal, but we're going to see what happens if you're using an underpowered amplifier with a bigger subwoofer. Could be quite interesting. Well, we're going to install some Extron's Headrest Dvd Players. I have a full Extron system in the car, superb quality for a really cheap price. And by the way, they also sent this for free, but I'm really not biased. Their products are actually quite good for the price, had no issues. Here another one, so we have 1, 2, 3 screens more. That makes it 4 screens in the car. Well, cables for the subwoofer, and to go full retard we have here some LED stripes and multicolor for the car. Alright guys, so first things first, and the hardest part is always to get from the battery, so from the plus 12 volts to the inside of the car where you're going to install your amplifier or active subwoofer. So we're using that cable kit, as you can see, so it's a pre-made connection kit for amplifiers. We only have to connect it to the battery and then to the amplifier, and the terminals are already on there. But still the hard part is to get inside of the car. And this depends on your model, so go to Google your model and amplifier installation or how to get to the inside, because there are always some nifty tricks. So guys, can you see this is actually looking good? So this here is some rubber cap, and actually we can push a hole into it and then we can pull the cable through it. Well guys, now it's time to get the cable in, and as you can see this pre-made kit has 2 ends. So this one here has no terminals and this one here has a round terminal. So this one with the fuse after 15 centimeters goes to your battery. So you don't want to put that into your car, so you're going to take that end and put it through the hole there and try to get it out somewhere in the car. So let's do this. Now, to get the cable from the battery to the inside, we have to remove the glove box, and this is what I'm doing right now. Well guys, the hardest part is actually done, so the plus 12 volt cable is inside of the car. Well, there are plenty of more cables because I still have that under the seat subwoofer from Kenwood installed from the last video, which was quite decent. Now, if you have a stock audio system and you want to have a little bit of extra bass, it's really nice, it gives you a richer audio experience. But if you want to have that hard bass which makes your whole car shaken, then you need a huge subwoofer. There is no way around that. But actually for the money, those small under the seat active subwoofers are really good, and also they sound pretty good if you have a stock audio system. Alright guys, so I will quickly remove some of the cables, remove the Kenwood subwoofer, and then we try to find a way to get that here under the seat. So guys, the plus cable is where we want to have it. Now we have to find a spot for the ground cable. As you can see, it's quite short, so the options are limited. But there's a screw, screwing down the seat, so fixing the seat, and we'll take the screw from the seat, which is actually perfect for it. And then the cinch cable. So well, it's connected to the radio, so make sure that you connect it to the subwoofer output, if you have one. And as you can see, it has also a very tiny blue cable, so that's the remote cable, which means that if you turn on the radio, it will turn on the amplifier, so that the amplifier is not always on and drains power from your battery. So make sure you also connect that remote cable to your stereo and then to your amplifier. Don't forget it, otherwise it won't work. Alright guys, so now it's time to mount the amplifier right under the seat or wherever you want to. Well, under the seat is actually quite good, but it's a little bit tricky to hold it in place, and there are plenty ways to do it, but what you shouldn't do is screw it down without any bottom wooden plate and just screw it to the bottom plate of your car, because then you will puncture it, it will rust, and I mean, this shitty car already rusts a lot, but we don't want to make it worse on purpose. So I'm going to upgrade that amplifier pretty soon. That's why I want to just do a basic installation. And there are that so-called extra strong hook and loop string self-adhesive stripes from Tesa, whatever. And you just apply them to the amplifier, which is not very heavy, so it should hold it in place. And then you apply the other stripes to the bottom of your car, and then you can just, you know, put it down and it will stick in place. So that's actually pretty cheap. It's pretty okay, and for small subwoofer, small amplifiers like that one, it's quite okay. Well guys, as you can see, the amplifier is installed. So we have here the kinch connection from the radio, remote, don't forget it, plus 12 volt ground. I've now attached it to this screw because the seat was actually sliding a little bit over it, but this is how it looks like. As you can see, pretty stable. And well, now let's put in the subwoofer, and then let's wire up everything to the head unit, and then let's have a look at the Headrest DVD players. Well guys, almost the final step. So we're connecting the plus 12 volt cable from the amplifier to the battery. I made here a cutout in the plastic so I can connect it directly to the plus 12 volt line, which goes directly to the battery and not to one of the fuses. So guys, it's done. The amplifier is under the seat, everything hooked up. And subwoofer is also connected and secured, and this is also important. Well, let's have a look. So these are like 10 euros on Amazon, and as you can see, they come even with a USB charger for the car. So that's looking pretty good for the price actually. We're getting here 4 LED stripes, plenty of cables, and a remote control, and all that for 10 euros. Looks pretty amazing. So let's see how this works out. So guys, the LED stripes are working, as you can see, and this looks actually like pretty decent Chinese quality. Well, we also have here a little remote control, so to switch the colors and everything. And the cool thing is that I can hook it up directly to my Extron's head unit, because this head unit has a lot of USB ports. So here's a USB port, there's another one which is connected to my DAB Plus adapter. And well, this looks pretty awesome. So when I turn on the head unit, it will also turn on the LEDs, and then I can switch them off with the remote control if I don't like it, or switch colors. So yeah, pretty cool. I will now try to put everything back together, and then we'll have a look at the Headrest DVD players. So let's go. Alright guys, so it's a few days later, and I really had to figure out how to mount these Headrest DVD players, because on this Alpha it's really not easy. Now on newer cars, so if you don't have an old piece of crap like me, it's actually way easier to mount them. So there are plenty of tutorials on the Extron's website, but I'll now show you why this was not possible on my car. So let's have a look. So guys, this is absolutely retarded. So in this car, as you can see, there is no release button or anything. So basically, the poles, they are fixed on the inside of the seat. So if you're driving an Alpha, you have to dismantle the whole seat. That means take off the textile. It will probably look really fucked up afterwards. So what I'm going to do, what I've already done on the other seat, is I'll just cut off a little bit here from the plastic, just until here, and then just stick on the new headrest and try to fix it with tape and rubber inside so that it doesn't move. It works, definitely, so that's a solution. It's not the best solution. The best would be to dismantle the whole seat, but to be honest, I'm probably changing headrest or reviewing others. It's just too much effort and I will just mess up the seat. So let's do this. Alright guys, so the Headrest DVD players are in the car on the seat instead of the original headrests. But now it's time to hook them up to a power source. And there's this adapter cable here included. So you have that connector which connects to your Headrest DVD player, and on the other hand you have two methods on how to power power them. So here you have some wires, so plus 12 volt with a fuse and ground, so you can hook that directly up to your car's 12 volt source and to ground, or you use the power socket of your car, so the 12 volt power socket with an adapter, and you connect it to this end here. If you're using the easy solution, make sure that you isolate the plus and the ground cable so that they won't touch each other or anything else and make a short in your car. Alright guys, so I've decided to use the easy solution because I'm going to upgrade to other Headrest DVD players or maybe something else, so I don't want to hotwire them. And in order to do that, I've got myself a 12 volt power socket splitter from Amazon. It was 20 bucks and it's pretty cool. It has 3 power outlets, plenty of USB ports, and it even shows your car's battery voltage, which I think is a pretty cool thing. Now, in order to hide the cables, we are going to use some really cheap and not pretty good looking seat covers, but well, I don't want to have all the cables around and I can't dismantle my seat, so I'll have to use some cheap ass seat covers to hide the cables. So yeah, let's do this. Alrighty guys, so everything installed in the car, as you can see, here's the subwoofer, and I'm actually really happy with that one. It was quite affordable, it looks really nice, the bass is really strong, actually more than I need, and also it sounds pretty clear. Okay, so let's have a look at the Headrest DVD players, and there we go. So here's the first one. So this one here is the one with the integrated screen. As you can see, you can adjust the angle. I mean, the quality of it is pretty good. It's really stable actually for a cheap Chinese Headrest DVD player. Well, you can watch movies, so from USB and SD card. You can listen to music, it has integrated speakers which sound pretty okay, but you have a lot of connections here on the bottom. So you have HDMI, you have all the kinds of headphone connectors, AV in, AV out. You can watch photos from any of the medias, like here on the right side we have USB and the micro SD card slot. Well, you can use HDMI in and DVD. There's a DVD with games included from Extrons, really cool, and you also got that remote control in order to use it. Alright guys, so check this out. So as you can hear, the speakers are working. This game looks totally retarded, but I like retarded and probably Chinese games, so this is going to be awesome. Okay, well, how does this thing work? Oh, okay, wrong way. Oh well, it works really like a gamepad. Can you see that? So that's sprint. Okay, A. This is damn awesome. That are really like the weirdest games. It feels like, I don't know, Super Nintendo. Really weird controls. I mean, graphics is not too bad actually. But this is pretty cool. What else can I play there? This is a lot of fun. I think it's Independence Day, guys. Wow, this feels actually smooth. Oh, not really. Oh, damn it, I'm a badass. Shoot! Hell, these games are great. These games are these games are awesome. Well, here's also the second one, actually exactly the same. If you don't want to change your headrest, you can actually use those which you can clamp to your original headrests. Basically pretty much the same. So the only difference is that this one here is not so sophisticated, has not so many modes and so many connectors, and you can't play those games which you can play on this one here, like, I don't know, sports games and all that. It's really weird, and I think the touchscreen is not working here, so you have to use the remote control. Anyway, also I'm really happy with the head unit, which you can see right over there. So the head unit is working really good. Android 8, I had no issues so far except of some Bluetooth bugs with the OBD2 dongle. As you can see, the LED lights there also working really fine. I also have some LED lights now here, right under the seat. And there's also the amplifier. And this amplifier is for sure a little bit too weak for the subwoofer, but right now I think the bass is already too strong for the size of the car. It's actually really sick sometimes and it doesn't feel that good to me. Alright, so that are the players. I mean, it's pretty cool. I actually like that weird stuff in my car. You can turn them on here, you can use the remote control to turn them on, as I've told you, lots of connectivity options. You can play games, watch movies, listen to individual music, or connect all that to the Extron's head unit, which you can see right over here. Unfortunately, this unit has no digital signal processing, so actually matching your hardware to your speakers is really important. And for sure, there's an equalizer built in, but the equalizer is actually not that good in terms of quality. So digital signal processing is definitely the way you want to go if you really want to get the most out of your hardware, because you can have really good speakers, but they are maybe sounding really bad if they're adjusted in a bad way. Same goes for the amplifier. So well guys, that's basically it. That's now my really weird car with all the crap here. I have the Headrest Dvd Players connected to the 12-volt outlet of the car, and I'm using that splitter, as you can see, so it has 3 12-volt outputs. These are the Headrest Dvd Players, and this one here was 20 bucks. It has plenty of USB ports down the back, so I think that is really cool and is really worth the money. And here we have the head unit and, well, Android 8 with SIM card, tire pressure monitoring system, really awesome. And I can even actually watch TV on the car, which you actually shouldn't do. The only problem I have is I have too much stuff in there, too many antennas. So in order to get a good signal, I have to put the antennas somewhere up there or there, but I'm not watching TV very often, so I don't care about that yet. The rest, really cool. Spotify on this unit, Google Play Store, can check my emails. It's actually really awesome to have all this crap in this old car. Alright guys, so that's it. That's the Extron system. If you want to see more, I made 2 other videos showing other components, so check them out. And yeah, let's come to my final conclusion. Alright guys, so we're now here at the end of this video, and here's just quickly my personal opinion about the products from Extrons. So well, I've got them for free. I was not paid to do this, so I just got the items for free. So call me biased if you want to, but I have to be honest, I think for the price, their products are actually really good quality. So I've been using the head units in this car here for around 6 months. So the head units are working super fine. No DSP, but I'm going to bring you a model with DSP very soon, and also upgrade the front speakers. The headrest players, well, I'm probably not going to use them by myself, but I think it's a lot of fun for people who drive with me, and I think it's a lot of fun to have all this tech things in this old crappy car. So well guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, then please like it. If you want to see more, then please subscribe. And as always guys, I'm Steven from Tech Magnet, and I'll catch you in the next one. Have a nice day. Bye.